Hey, what's going on, everybody? Tommy Star here. Thank you for clicking on this video. Welcome back to the channel. And today we are going to be reviewing the 2024 indie horror comedy film Mothershucker from Horrorland Media, based out of Tennessee. This film stars Carl Vinson, Eric Moreland, and directed by Justin Nichols, Leigh Nichols, Carl Vinson, and Eric Moreland. Hopefully I pronounced all those right. We got some cool cover art on there. I was told this was done by Terrence Muncie, who apparently does horror cons out in that area. So I mentioned this before, in all the years I've been on YouTube, I've never been given the opportunity to be sent movies to review on this channel. And a few weeks ago, this company reached out, told me they dig my channel, and asked if I'd be interested in doing this. So this was pretty exciting for me. If you've been following this channel for a while, you'd know I don't really do movie reviews. I never thought I was very good at them, but we're going to give it a shot today. Before we get started, if you are not yet subscribed to my channel and you enjoy my content, please consider hitting the subscribe button down below, along with the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. And if you enjoyed this video here today and you want to see more movie reviews, smash the like button. So the movie starts out with friends Carl and Eric. Carl is a farmhand who works for Eric, who hasn't been too happy lately with Carl's drinking problem. They end up having an argument, and then later Carl ends up passing out in a cornfield. I don't know if he had a heart attack or just too much of the bottle. You never really find out, but apparently the cornfield is on some kind of cursed Indian land, and Carl turns into some crazy corn on the cob looking monster. A few years go by and we are introduced to a group of YouTubers, I believe, called Suicidal Productions, who have been having trouble lately trying to come up with a new good story for their channel. One of them brings up the legend of Carl Cobb, and they all agree to it with the exception of Ty, who is kind of the douchebag of the group. So Dan, who is kind of the head guy, decides to give Eric a call to see if he can get some info about what happened. And Eric just kind of shuts him down. I believe he actually says, "I'll shoot you in the ass if you show up." But the group heads to the town anyway, and they start to interview people about it, most of whom either don't believe it or don't want to talk about it. They all eventually end up at the cornfield where they run into Carl Cobb, and slowly all start getting picked off one by one. The movie wraps up with a pretty funny confrontation between Carl and Eric, and I'll just leave it at that. So some of the things that stand out to me, I think were done really well. The opening credit sequence was pretty cool. Loved the music / score. Kind of gave me an 80s vibe. Not to mention the songs used. One in particular was called Palms by a band called Maywin, I believe. Sweet 90s grunge feel. I thought the mask and the overall look of Carl Cobb was kind of unique. The kills were kind of cheesy, but sometimes I can appreciate some cheesy low-budget gore. Most of the kills were done with some corn on the cob stabbings, which I thought was pretty funny. But one kill that stands out is the girl that gets her head chopped off and the blood squirting out of her neck was great. The cornfield setting I thought was a great idea. I've always found cornfields to be a creepy atmosphere. The acting wasn't too bad. I really liked the horror collection guy that Dan interviews, was definitely digging the horror collection in the background. Definitely thought his performance was pretty solid. He had that dialogue down perfect. And I really like the fact that he's wearing a Horrorland Media shirt. That was cool. The Ty character played a pretty good asshole. This was y'all's idea. This was y'all's idea. I love how ignorant and stupid Eric is when he's looking for Carl and his daughter is trying to show him Life 360 or something on his phone. And of course, Carl was funnier than shit. And then a few things I'll mention maybe could have been a little better. I thought the Carl Cobb character was a bit too out in the open. I wish he would have been a little more off screen, more in the dark, so to speak. But I guess that kind of falls in the area of horror comedy, which is what this movie is. One thing that really bothered me is I couldn't understand most of what Carl was saying under the mask. I wish that could have been mic'd up a little bit better, because what I did hear was probably some of the best and funniest dialogue in the film. A few scenes kind of dragged out a little for me, like when they were walking through the farmer's market, the conversation with the horror collector guy, some of the driving sequences. However, the songs they played during those parts definitely made up for it. But overall, a fun movie. I had a good time with it. I thought it had a cool cliffhanger ending, so hint, hint, bring on those sequels. And of course, gotta love those outtakes at the end. So I'd like to thank Justin Nichols and Horrorland Media for reaching out to me and sending me a copy of their film. I'll give you another look at it and show you a couple things that came with it. Again, there's that cool art on the cover. You guys want to check out the back there. Gotta love the taglines on the back. Stay the shuck out of his fields. All we know is he's one mean Mothershucker. Here is their business card they sent me. Hope you guys can see that. A couple cool stickers here. Horrorland Media. There is Carl Cobb. Another one. I respect and admire smaller independent companies who make horror films, and I'm always willing to support them any way I can. If anybody out there is interested in picking this up, I will put their website down in the description box where you can grab yourself a copy. Definitely recommend giving this a watch. But that'll do it for this review video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of it. Let me know if you want to see more reviews in the future. And if you would, share the video around. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.